welcome to episode 4. So, adventure case file number 2, part 2. Does anyone want to recap what's happened in part 1?
Give it a go.
Go for it.
Right, so we got told by the organisation that the Yanks were having a bit of problem with staffing after the June incident.
Yes, the June pier
the
incident.
June pier. So they've been told to walk along the pier and fucking go on like fucking knobheads. So Americans are this sort of staff, so we got sent over to Mount Pleasant, Texas, to a place called Pleasantville, which is near Amarillo, Texas. Riddle and I went over in the plane. Got an RV full of guns and computers, which is honestly, that does it for us. I don't know how he managed to get that fucking messy in 6 hours, but that's fine.
I just put everything everywhere, it's fine. I clean it up later, it's okay. Or I get made, one or two. Probably.
Lucas went to one session of therapy and was told about breathing exercises. It's just...
A babbling brook.
We draw a line.
A peaceful waterfall.
We draw a line and
put a big piece of duct tape right along like the RV.
Yes.
Anyway, so we got to Pleasantville. We met up with a bloke called Chet, played by Ryan over there.
Hi there.
Who is extremely fucking wealthy. And is a
self-made man, you know.
Newcomer to the town. Just a small genetic loan of $1 million mana. No, wait, one thing. And went and everything was completely normal. The swing was just swinging because of the wind, and we can go home and everything's fine. Oh no, wait to the other thing. The swing, we went and investigated, decided not to go into the playgrounds at first because we want to get more equipment. When we talked to people in the town hall, went to the little museum they had there, went and spoke to people in the bar as well, all of whom are extremely into praising him. It's their favourite thing to do is praising him.
It was all fine until we asked
was,
the question of where the church was, and then it went very bad very fast.
Yeah, it's not good. So we were getting spiking magnetometer readings, Gauss meter readings, but not EMF originally. When we went back, we were getting both. We found out that the church only exists there if you think it's there, or if you believe it's there, or something. There's a sort of metacognitive component to the church existing. The church is sort of epistemologically shaky, is what I'd say. We then we told we sent the information off, including some recordings, which had a frequency coming in at some nuts hertz boundary, like 24 megahertz or something, 24 gigahertz.
Yeah, it was like 2.4 gigahertz.
That's about, yeah. So
like
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that sort of thing.
We're sending it through there, and we sent those recordings, including the ones where we could hear normally, and they were just getting the recording saying praise him, praise him, praise him.
Yes.
I think saying raisin.
Raisin.
They were not saying raisin.
And the headquarters was being no help and just said, stay there until you fix the problem.
Basically, yeah.
But
Someone should do something about that.
But we haven't gotten to the point of them nuking us yet, so we're still golden.
Which is lovely.
Yes.
We then, we did some stuff with a drone and trying to investigate the place. Once we set foot in the old playground, we got sucked through into another reality.
That was the point when the EMF meter
started
went nuts.
spiking.
Yeah, once you entered the park.
So there was like an electromagnetic field there. In addition to the magnetic field, we got sucked down to the earth into some other place. And then we got into a little house in a sort of snowy forest kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a moving shadow, a piece of paper that for me said anger or rage or something. For Riddle said worry, and for Chet allegedly said worry.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Did not say worry.
And
No, totally said
then there was
a
a shadow moving towards us, and we kind of misunderstood what was happening because we thought the shadow was just getting closer to the corner. It was actually just the shadow moving closer towards us. At which point I pushed a little back behind me, pulled out old like knifey and spoony, and then we rolled initiative, I believe. Have I missed anything else?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Well done.
You did nearly shoot Chat though. That did nearly happen. I think
Yeah, but it's an occupational hazard with me.
I think you shot at him.
Yeah.
I think that did occur.
Yeah. No, I think Lucas currently thinks that Chet is just an American, which is worthy of being shot near, but
Not at yet.
but not at. Yeah, you get me exactly.
He's a capitalist big dog.
Oh, I really enjoyed you saying that.
Did it for you. And it's very accurate as well, I feel.
There's a radio show called Revolting People, which is set in the middle of the American Revolution, sort of 1772, comedy show on BBC Radio 4. And at one point, a load of Hessian mercenaries come into the pub that the characters are in, who are all like Baltimore natives who haven't really picked a side yet.
Right.
And they say, "Oh, you are colonialist. You are colonial pig dogs. You have this word in English, pig dog? No, we don't have the compound nouns like you guys do."
Compound nouns, jeez.
Grabber jokes.
So,
Mike,
yes.
can we say that I've also got a thin Kevlar vest under my clothes? I have the money for it.
That is not in doubt.
Would you normally have worn it? I'm happy if Chet genuinely
Just routinely.
would be walking around with Kevlar armor.
He makes me wear
No,
steadfast.
but
I did make Riddle put one on.
That is true. Would you have done that in response?
yes.
Then,
Although
yes,
I
you
might
could.
have swung by my own place to grab my personal one.
Of course,
Because it's tailored.
yeah, and
It doesn't have a big hole.
and presumably monogrammed as well.
That is the kind of asshole thing I expect.
Oh, just a little gold. What's Chet's surname? Do we not know yet?
We don't know.
No, I forgot what it was and then didn't.
If we see like little gold monogram, see something on the. That's brilliant. Though.
CR. That's like Rothschild? Oh god.
I don't know.
No,
Roth's
one.
Field.
Yeah.
His whole surname was just J.P. Morgan. Triple barreled. J.A.Y. hyphen P.I.
Oh dear.
Chet Julius Ptolemy Morgan.
Oh, yes.
The crazy
Yeah, he's
thing
Chet
with
Morgan.
the mouth.
And then there was that thing.
Actually, I think it might have been Chet Morgan.
That's pretty good, though. Right.
Um,
Oh, and crucially, yeah, we when the shadows started moving over, Riddle and I started imagining what it might look like. Yours was a bear from a Russian children's cartoon.
Yes.
And mine was a person capable of being shot
Which
in
is-
the face.
Which is weird given what's come out of that. And that was unprompted without knowing the thing about the Russian bear.
So, it might be that that is a mix of my thing, your thing, and a real thing.
It is possible. I don't like that.
yeah, it is.
Also, one of the Chet's thing
It
was.
certainly looks like a teddy bear in nature, except the teeth are certainly biological. And
Does it have a radial mouth like that?
yes,
Cool.
cool. And the eyes look like they're just black glass, but there's they blink. So
Do they blink all at the same time or in some kind of
ripple.
little ripple or sequence that is absolutely unnerving?
Is this intended to be like spider eyes?
yes and no.
Okay, interesting.
So they are not blinking in unison.
Cool.
If you would like to,
Oh.
if you would like to take longer to ascertain,
I think I want to take
The
long
blinking
enough to
sequence-
shoot.
yeah, I was going to say you can either shoot at it or you can study at it. Either way, it is taking a step closer towards you. But this was the point that we entered initiative.
Will it cost... So I'm currently holding a pistol and a knife.
Yep.
Will it cost me my action to pull out my my assault rifle?
Normally yes, but as I'm not giving inspiration point for a recap, I will allow you this free action to
Cool, so I...
don your
just
assault rifle.
put the sort of go to like emotional support knife away, gun in the underarm holster, and then like pull the back strap around. Yeah. How do I attack in this game?
So, so it is.
It's dexterity plus firearm skill,
Yes.
plus whatever feat bonuses you may have, plus the damage rating on the gun itself.
Ooh.
Which,
I think 2 for an MP5.
yes, which is what I think we.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I had on the
Yes.
ship. So.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the 2.
So it's these ones. That's 4 successes. 8, 8, 9.
But I think there's something about automatic weapons as well. And
Yeah, I think as an automatic weapon you can fire a second shot or something like
Just double checking that.
I don't have 9 again or anything, so yeah, no chance.
No, I can't see it on there. Let me just double check the actual book because it has been a long time since I've had to. Because I had a look at this and then I've immediately forgotten everything that I read, so
that. That's fair.
it's not.
Go.
Physical, social, gun, skills, firearms.
Oh yeah, rate means how many shots you can take. There should be a rate value for the gun.
Okay, bear with me.
Yeah, I can't remember what we had for.
And then,
Because it's basically the SMG, which is small.
according to this, you roll for hit.
Yeah.
Then, for every success beyond the first, you get damage for each one, which is you roll the damage rating as a dice pool.
Is that old World of Darkness or new World of Darkness?
Might be old. Let me see. That was January 14.
So auto fire. So hold on. So range combat factors.
Sorry to have shut down combat so superbly.
No.
No, because I'd do the same thing and be in the same rate and be like,
I genuinely thought it was just the dice pool, and then you're
it might be.
and then you're doing that against the creature's armor.
Oh, that's right. Armor would minus the number of
Yes.
dice that you roll.
Yeah. So a creature will have defense and armor. However, guns bypass defense because you cannot dodge
Dodge a
out
bullet
of
without presumably a lot of merits.
Yeah.
And supernatural ones at that.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Whereas defense is used for any melee attack.
Okay, so my damage on here is listed as 2. I don't know if that is correct, but
So
I've got 4 successes.
So the damage, I think, is
Well,
just
no,
the
it's
number of
first
dice.
edition, you add the damage to the dice.
Assault rifles are
So hold on,
plus
so
3, but they might be
armor,
plus 2.
weapons. Okay, so anyone who enters blah blah. Right. Okay, so indicates the number of bonus dice added to your dice pool. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, the damage of a weapon is the number of dice that you're adding.
So you
The
get the
ones you're
extra
already
2.
rolling, which I
Okay,
think
so
you've
I
already
rolled
done.
6 dice, and I
Yeah.
have dex of. No, sorry, I rolled 7 dice because I have dex of 3, firearms of 2,
Yeah.
plus 2 for the damage.
So yeah, so that's
So I rolled 7, and I got 4 successes on that.
Perfect.
8, 8, 9, 2, 3, 1.
So
8,
yeah,
8, 9, 9, 2, 3.
so it has been hit for 4. So
Do I need to roll damage, or is it just
no.
takes 4?
So they're the number of hits that get through.
Cool.
It's then if it had armor, it would take away from those successes.
Sure.
So-
okay. Oh, okay. So if it has armor 3, I deal 1 hit point to it.
Correct.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, just take up a fire. It starts.
so all 4 of the rounds seem to pierce straight through it. And there is blood red stuffing that sprays from the back of this
I
thing.
was wondering what combination it would be of that. Because is it going to be Ica inside regular stuffing? Is it going to be stuffing that itself? Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So that was 4, yes?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
I believe that is me. I think
Cool.
that's what you do on your turn. Is you just get one.
Yeah,
such
yeah.
thing.
If you want it to move, but you're kind of...
I don't want to move. I want to be exactly
yeah,
here.
So, yes. Right. Cool. So now it is the creature's turn, because it also hit a exploding dice on its initiative,
Nice.
which is that's why I was originally asking. It's like, why have I got a?
Yeah. That makes sense.
So it kind of so it lurches towards you, kind of, and it's not moving symmetrically. It's kind of it shifts from one side and then sort of, and then it raises a cuddly paw and then just swipes you, and with an unnatural force, you are hit. Well, it might hit you. No, that's a 6. So you are hit for 2 bludgeoning damage.
I have defense of 4.
You have defense of 4, so you easily dodge out of the way.
Dodge it, yeah.
Yes.
Can I also clarify, because I don't have it written on my character sheet digitally?
Yeah.
With whatever stab vest, ballistic vest I've got on, what will my armour be?
So I believe we're going for standard Kevlar, which is just one. Yeah.
Your thin Kevlar is 1 for generic, 2 for ballistic.
Cool. Perfect.
Thank you. Yes.
That is me then.
Cool.
Sorry, that's it.
That's the creature. So next, Brad, you're.
Okay, so then I'm gonna shoot with my handgun.
Yeah.
And I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Damn, dude.
That's why I think there's something about the automatic weapons about them doing multiple hits. Because this is a pistol.
Yeah, I'm gonna reread. This was kind of my dip my toe in the combat. So.
It came up in the last one, but I don't know what we did with it.
No.
My problem is I've played both Old Wad and New Wad, and I keep getting mixed up which one's which.
The only wads I've played were Raptor the Awakening, which was homebrewed, and Genie's Transgression, which was homebrewed, neither of which use guns, because either you use your face or wonders.
That's a 6. Okay, that's fine.
2 seconds. It's gone back to. I don't know why that music playing. There we go. So, short burst will give you a +1 bonus to the roll. Medium burst +2 bonus to each attack roll, and they can fire at more than one target. And then a long burst will give +3 bonus to each attack roll. And you can target multiple, and it says at DM's discretion. The DM will say when you're spraying too many people with bullets.
Oh, I see. So the automatic weapons is if there's a big group of them, you can just go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yep.
Okay, I want that book. Again, just more. There's. Where are you aiming? Are you aiming at
the eyes?
It's the eyes
Specifically, yeah.
I was going to centre mass, so yeah.
Okay.
You can take penalties to your dice pool, I believe, in order to target specific body parts.
Okay, well in that case I'm just shooting randomly. I didn't.
But generally at the head area.
Yeah, the head area. Yeah.
You're not. Okay, so. So this time, pierces through, but now rather than stuffing, there appears to be a brain matter that's coming out of the back of this thing. How many successes?
4.
4. Yeah, okay. And the creature will then drop dead at that stage.
Whoa. What did you do?
Okay. My Magnum is already out and I've just pulled the trigger, but it sells clean over it falling.
Okay. Absolutely.
Immediately I'm curious as to whether there's more.
The shadow is gone, and there's still light in the room. So if I get rid of that.
Can I clock what the EMF and Gauss meters were doing while this thing was attacking, if they spiked at all?
Ooh, very good question. They are the Gauss meter would be because I don't quite know how exactly that works, but it would be it spiraling round. So because presumably it's does it spike up a little bit like a Geiger counter?
Exactly like that, yeah.
Yeah, it will the needle or the device is switching from maxing out to nothing to maxing out, and it's kind of swinging wildly back and forth.
Even when there's nothing attacking.
Even when there's this whole area is messing with.
So it said that there is nothing. That this has whole area has too much interference to get useful data about what this thing is doing.
That is correct. The EMF meter is providing a more reliable and stable reading. Elevated, very highly elevated, but stable. You get a slightly above the high baseline when this creature was alive, but nothing. It's already kind of near the top.
Sure.
It goes up slightly, and then when it's yeah.
Because Riddle is Ukrainian, he has a Geiger counter. Is that pinging anything?
Love it.
Take a point of
Point of inspiration. I was going to say then.
Is Riddle worried about radiation?
Oh god,
He's
yes.
Ukrainian.
He's Ukrainian. It's just basic standard love about life.
Can I have
He's also worried about Russians.
He had Chernobyl intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have a? I think it's
You shut up and pass me some
resolve
fudge.
and resolve and composure check, please.
Resolve and composure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even read half of these. Nothing.
Echo.
Um, then the Geiger counter is going nuts.
Manual.
Can I get an idea of the layout of this place? Is it the size it looks to be from the outside?
Yeah, so if we can get rid of that picture.
Of course, sorry.
That's okay. I'm also...
I think Riddle will kind of quietly show the Geiger counter to you and go, we should not be here. If we
Resolve
ever
and
want to
composure
have
check.
children.
Sport knife?
Bear with me one moment, because I'm just going to take us from one place back to the other place, because I can't work out how to start the music game. So
Should I spend a willpower here? I'm going to spend a willpower here.
okay. So that will add, I think, 2 dice.
Okay. I mean, it's already good.
Okay, cool.
So we got a 0 there, so it's that one. So 9, 8, 0, 3 successes.
Okay, cool. Geiger counter isn't registering beyond normal background levels. There's nothing dangerous.
Take a look again. No, that's your accent. Take another look. Concentrate.
I do that. I try concentrating on the fact that I think there's no radiation.
If you do that, then the Geiger counter will drop back down to normal levels.
And then I change my thought process and I think...
And it will once again spike to lethal levels.
I think at this point, I'm going to try and go through... It's a little like this house isn't that much bigger than this.
Precisely. So the inside looks like it's about the same size as the building, a cabin that you saw on the outside. It's just that the architecture is wildly different. You've got a lovely cabin in the woods vibe. You've come in here,
and it's like old motel.
Yeah, and yet
love it. So American.
Yeah.
Like Americana rather than American.
Yeah. But the actual size, so you've where the camera, for want of a better word, begins with this picture. That's the front door.
Yeah.
So there's no reception desk. There's nothing.
It looks like a piece of architecture has been sliced out.
Precisely that. Yes.
Helen's domain.
Yeah. Riddle thinks about one of these doors and goes, and then thinks in his head, I think behind this door is an empty hotel room with a minibar full of little bottles of vodka, and walks through one of the doors.
Okay. Which door? Because you've got 2 on the left.
The one on the left, the nearest one to Riddle.
Okay, so let's say
He's trying very hard. He
I
thinks,
see 2 on the right and 1 on the left here.
I
There's
will.
one left.
If I see you
Oh,
going,
yeah, right here.
If I see you going for one of the doors, I will
I
have a plan.
stop you and get you to
yeah.
open the door from the side so I can cover anything that might be in there.
I think
and
what
then-
is. I think I'm right.
So yeah, if you're doing that one,
Yep.
then exactly as you've described is what is inside that room.
Go over to the minibar and pop it open and go and toss you a little bottle of vodka
Tuck that in there.
and then take another one.
I think very hard that, like, you know,
Can
you
I
get
have
like
a resolve and composure check, please?
Sure.
you know the like fold out Murphy beds you get in cheap hotels. I'm gonna think very hard that if I open this, I'll find ammo.
Ah, okay.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, so just as you're about to take a swig of it, you kind of see through the illusion, and it is a murky black liquid. Yeah.
Nope.
So
I will delete the message I was about to send you.
But,
Might not be real.
reality is subjective, but not quite.
yeah.
Okay, I might avoid my plan then.
Okay.
I'll jam the gun.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. What is here, but we can influence what we see, but
Gotcha.
not necessarily what is reality. So
I'm
perhaps
going to try and think. I want to see what I'm going to think that what I can see is what is here.
Ooh. Okay.
I want to see the truth.
Okay.
Do I see this thought cross your head, and I'm like, there's something in the Lovecraftian books that says, don't. Oh,
You wouldn't be able to stop Lucas.
Yeah, at this
even
point,
if-
you can't stop somebody thinking something. So
Okay. Which door do you open?
the next one along.
So.
106.
Mike.
Yes, I haven't seen your message, but I've seen. So that was the one that Riddle opened.
Oh, okay.
the next one along
so
would be this one, or the only opposite.
because you're currently stood here.
That
So
one then.
okay, so
105, I think.
okay, so as you pull that door open, it's just you can see the wooden logs of the cabin. So this is actually the outer cabin wall.
And does that go for that one as well?
If you do, yes.
And the one with crime tape?
So when you that one doesn't even open.
It's not even a real door.
It's not even a real door.
Real fake doors.
Real fake doors. Yes, but and bear with me one moment. So.
Just because Rich isn't here doesn't mean you need to betray us. That's for you, Rich.
Resolve and composure check, please.
The real betrayal was inside us all along. No, wait, behind us.
Oh wait, check my previous message from you.
While he's doing that, can I just have a perception check from you?
Blind?
Yes, it'd be
Ooh.
the first
2
time.
successes.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Perception is
Composure plus.
Where is it? There's a list somewhere.
Let's say, hold on. So.
What's perception, wits, and composure?
Yeah, I think it's wits and composure.
So 2 plus this man. Shall I just pop them in there?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So, okay, yeah, hold on. Yep, okay.
You need me to reroll any?
Okay, right. So, you can reroll one. It may or may not be required.
Nice.
It's either a fake out or a genuine
Yeah.
requirement. There you go. Okay. Cool. Right. So as you're So yeah, you've opened all the doors on the right hand side and now at the front. So you are left. Depending on whether you've closed the door on the left hand side or not, there's either the motel room with the minibar, and then at the end of the corridor where the shadow monster came from. So
Around the
obviously,
corner.
yeah, you can just. There's a door that is slightly ajar with light coming from it. What would you like to do?
Kick the door. And
Kick the door. Okay.
Like Lucas's actual like background was like SA-19, so like the British equivalent of like SWAT.
Yeah.
So he is doing that kind of job
Gotcha.
rather than an agency job
Okay,
right now.
cool. Yeah, sure. Okay, as you approach the door, you can feel a wriggling in your pocket. There is something moving inside.
Could I note that I did throw the alcohol away?
Did you?
Yes, I did. It's like Brabble
yeah,
went like,
apologies. I missed that bit.
and that was because I was physical acting rather than speaking.
Right.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. So in that case, because you still passed the perception check, wherever you threw that bottle, there is now a spider.
It was on the ground in the minibar room.
So I see the spider on the ground go.
In that case, yeah. As you're walking past it, I guess, as you're checking these doors,
Yeah,
you glance.
that's what I thought.
And it is now like a black widow spider that's just kind of crawling. It's not actively moving towards you. It is now just existing in that room.
I think Riddle's
No,
like.
it isn't.
Is that?
That was 1, 2, 3, 6 successes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, there would be a penalty for shooting a spider, but not sufficient that you're not hitting it. So yes.
So I think like Riddle's like looking at what the bottle of vodka actually is, like it's trying to focus on it as well.
So
Thank you.
that'll be a resolve. Which one? Sorry.
He grabs another one.
You
like,
grab another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have a new resolving composure check?
Sure.
Please? If you're trying to see through the bottle.
1, 2. Ooh, that's explosions.
Ooh.
I exploded a lot to hit that spider, and I get the feeling that later on today I'm going to really wish I'd exploded later rather than now.
4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, so you see an eye. Again, you've got a black liquid, and there is a single eye in there. And as it blinks, a word appears in your brain. And I will say what that. I'm not going to say it out loud.
Okay.
You will be getting a message.
Sure.
I only have eyes for you.
Just the one eye, actually.
So far.
There is a desire which you are easily able to shake off.
Yeah.
That you should praise him.
Okay. I have a smartphone. Does my smartphone work here? Can I pull it out?
Oh boy, does it not!
It's like running a neodymium magnet across the fucking.
Oh my god! So when you go to check signal, you know it tells you the network provider. Rather
just
than
says
like
praise him.
It just says praise him.
Well, that's useful.
Yeah.
Do I see that as well? If Riddle alerts me to that.
What the phone signal?
Yeah, where it says praise him.
Yeah, anyone who there's not even a check. If you check your phone, rather than the signal, it'll just say
I
praise
got
him.
their message. I was going to try and look something up on, the Google. No, that's not happening for
Oh,
a
look
while.
at it. If I concentrate on what it actually says, rather than what I can see.
Oh.
Check.
Yeah. Again, you're battling against this thing, so you're trying to see beyond it. So that's a resolve and composure check, but -2 dice.
Cool. Bagel.
As in 0.
Nothing.
No.
I just see.
Praise him.
That's what. Yeah.
Yes,
that's
That's
what it says.
So I look at my phone. I pull out my laptop. My laptop also just says praise him and like across it. This is my computer, son of a bitch. You are in my domain, not yours. And I just try and like brute force my way through it somehow. Like I'm trying to see what's actually there, so I can get to the internet. It says I'm on Wi-Fi. I figure your phone would automatically connect to the place of Eldritch Horror.
So it's because I think there's a not technology check as such, but so you can obviously make a resolve and composure check to. But again, that'll be at a -2 if you're trying to see what's behind it.
Yep.
You can also make a intelligence and either computer or intelligence and investigation check.
I think I'll take intelligence and computer then.
Cool.
Is the amount of successes I need higher for the intelligence computer one?
No. I'm looking for one success from either of those two rolls, and you will get a piece of information, and it will be the same. If you get a critical success, I might make something else up, but
mood.
Yeah.
Getting a verb and a pronoun. An imperative verb.
1,
Don't spoil us.
3,
Your master praise it.
4, 5 successes.
Cool. So yeah, okay. So
Some might find doing something.
So you are relatively confident that the EMF meter is giving you accurate readings. The level of noise that is being kicked out is so high that it is unlike it works exactly like a frequency jammer would. So it's not a case of that you're being lied to that there's no signal. Whether or not you want to praise him is obviously up to you at this stage. But
at this stage,
I don't know. But
I could believe in him, but I'm not going to praise him.
But when it comes to electronic transmitting signals, nothing is currently getting out of this. Whatever is being blasted across these channels,
right?
We're in like a virtual Faraday cage.
It's like I was trying to build before we came in here, but couldn't.
Yeah, you're attempting to hold a physics lecture at a Screaming Rock concert. You can try, but no one's going to hear you. So,
do you know? You don't happen to have search of memory, and I search mine. Kaltath. Any thoughts? No, it's not in there.
What's that?
A thought I had when I tried to peer through these vodka bottles.
Okay.
Vodka bottles.
Kaltath,
yes. That's all I got. But it's a different name than the other one we got. Or it sounds like a name, perhaps?
Is that when I say that?
When Brad says... when Brad says Kaltath, you get this flash. You get that feeling. Again, you can fight against it. It's not even going to. It's not even going to require a roll, but it's that urge, should we say?
That last room where the shadow was coming from. What happens when I kick the door in? What do I see if I am expecting to see the truth?
Okay, so as you kick that door open, you are hit with a blinding light. It seems to fill the entire motel, and you're all affected by this. And as you blink to readjust, you are back in
the town.
But ish. The place is run down.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You can see smoke coming from buildings off in the distance.
It's a lot less
picturesque.
Yeah, small town America.
Yeah.
Housing prices have plummeted. Don't you own a place around here? I mean, imagine a kind of derelict ghost town's not good for your property values.
No, but now the rest of it will be cheap, so I can snap it up and develop it.
It's a piece of shit, you know that.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
No. Despite the picture, the clouds are not white. The sky is not blue. There are dark grey clouds.
So still natural-looking dark grey clouds, but
natural
angry storm cloud kind of.
Yeah, the area appears to be slightly darker, but that appears to be coming from smoke that's rising out from. So if we, if
I check my phone now, does it still say praise him? The network.
No, it has now changed to praised him.
Oh.
I ain't praising shit.
Well, we're not, but the townspeople did, probably.
You can hear
a lot of danger.
So the building in front of you appears to be. It looks like the town hall, except it's been modified and appears to have been turned into a church. There is a half-finished statue at the front of it that shows the lower portion of a human.
Human or humanoid?
Human. They're human-looking.
As far as we can tell.
They're human-looking legs.
Joints will go the right way.
Yeah.
Wearing shoes rather than clawed feet. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Depending on how much you enjoy watching Bones, possibly male. But it's like based off bone structure as opposed to like they're clothed. But
I always liked Life on Mars.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that guy Ferd Glenister played. He used to throw people around a lot. He was good.
Yeah. And you can hear.
I don't want to be dead though. That had a very bad twist.
I thought it was just comatose rather than dead.
Back in time, I think.
You can hear chanting coming from inside the church.
That's fair, I mean, at this point, but they're just innocent people.
If they're even people anymore.
I get out my revolver, I pull out the one that was used and load another one. So
You've been very quiet. Chet, how are you doing with all of this?
I'm a little bit broken up, to be honest. This is really hurtful. My house is worth nothing.
There it is.
That's what. Yeah, there we go. You have a very interesting aspect on life in general, and to how you've managed to maintain your sanity while going through eldritch horrors. It's mostly greed, from what I can tell, which fills me
Out of
with
character.
great...
He can't lose his soul because he's already sold it to capitalism.
Yeah.
No, you can. It's not your soul I'm worried about. It is your sanity. I'm not really that worried about that. It's not kind of a problem for me if you like.
Trust me, it's hard to go back after you learn this stuff.
Oh, that's true. You end up one of two ways. You go Howard Hughes route and you try to hunt down all the monsters in the world, and everyone calls you crazy, and you end up wearing tissue boxes on your feet. Or
Adidas, actually.
Or you go eat full Elon Musk and think you need to escape to Mars.
Actually, I do have a ticket for one of his
I
flights.
bet you do. Right.
Yeah, I'm sorted, I'm fine. No matter what happens, I'll be okay.
Tissue
And
boxes.
he fully believes.
Tissue
I really got that, yeah.
Yeah, tissue boxes still come in your size. I hope you know. Right, shall we proceed forward?
You know what, mates, I hope you can run far and fast enough.
Yep.
I don't think you can. Church?
Probably not.
Yes, the church.
You want to go church?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Old Scapelli.
If we are going through and believing that we can see the truth, is this what we're seeing? Like how we could see the kind of truth of the other place?
Yeah. So if you want to double check, you can certainly make composure resolve checks.
Yep.
There, you're not getting the same resistance as you have previously.
Do we feel like we're back in the real world now? Or are we still in the other place?
Oh boy, is that a question.
The dice you bought me for Tommy are doing fucking stellar.
Honest, because these ones, 6 successes.
Ooh, mother!
With
I have
5 dice as
I have
well.
a question for Mike before I roll.
So,
And you say wits and composure. Resolve.
And composure.
Okay.
So, as far as you guys can tell, yeah, there's nothing obscuring.
5.
Cool. Okay, so all of you, there's nothing obscuring trying to obscure your vision. If anything, this is clearer than anything that you've seen previously.
Even when we were in the town originally?
Yes, which gives it a...
Like we were seeing the highlights reel of the old place.
Well, this place has more of a prophetic...
we're seeing the after.
Yeah, it's almost too real.
What was that word? It wasn't calamitas, it was Vastatis.
Yeah.
Desolation, was that?
Yes.
So we're seeing what this place will look like.
Once they've praised him.
Does that add up?
It certainly does, yeah. I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You're very much hitting the nail on the head here.
So we're in the
Shoot
future?
Yeah, why not?
So we need to see what we're... But then if we believe in him, then he'll be real and then they'll praise him. So surely we should stay the hell away from this place.
Or we take away all the people that believe in him.
When you say take away, what do you mean? Can we try to save them? You've been going to therapy. It's very good to save them.
Oh, no. I haven't been going to therapy.
You went to one session.
I had one therapy session mandated by the police force when I was still a cop.
That's fair. That's fair. It's good to save people if they need saving. If they
I think
are
you see,
innocent.
like, a real... Like, actual, like, pain and, like, anguish across... Like, rather than just fury for the first time, which is what you're used to seeing on a good... I think you see, like... When you raise the idea of saving people who have been affected by something like this, that's where you see actual anguish rather than...
We could try. And I know... I'm pragmatic for a level, so if it comes to it, I guess it's okay. But we should try, at least. Not at the cost of our own lives, of course.
I don't think he's going to actively reply.
Yeah, that's fair.
You will sense that it has been acknowledged in some way.
There's a grunt.
Are we still able to control reality in a limited way by believing in it?
You'd have to test that theory.
I pull out the EMF meter and think the EMF is completely dead. There's nothing on it.
No, it's still off the charts. The Gauss meter is now also off the charts.
So it looks like that's the real effects of it, rather than...
the Geiger counter is...
You really don't want that one going off the charts.
Is it a regular background?
Hold on, I need to check something.
Oh, shit.
Now, is this in Becquerel or Sieverts?
First one, then the other.
That's worse.
Yeah. Oh, look, we're dead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no.
I'm just going to get a drink.
It's lower than background levels.
Ooh.
So we're being insulated from something.
Ooh.
Or he eats radiation.
Could I pull out my
Someone should
compass?
know.
Can you pull out your...
Compass.
You absolutely can.
Like
and
the-
it is wildly spinning around.
So it's not pointing like it was on the boat.
Correct. It can't... Yeah, there's no one strong force that's pulling it in a direction.
Okay. I think the only place associated with praising and worship here is the church.
Yeah, so so behind you've got the park, which you haven't come out of. It's almost like you've stepped through into the centre of Main Street.
Yeah.
So behind you is the park, in front of you is the church, and off to your right.
Can we see the van then?
I had enough room, I didn't want to suddenly turn behind you.
You got it.
So, and then, it would actually be to your left. Based off of, and then off to the left there is you can see smoke rising up from where a lot of the shops and things like that were. So,
can I see what the area my house is in looks like from here?
I can see my house from here.
It is a crater.
yes. So, so can I have a perception check from all of you, please?
John's blind.
No, this one can be open because it's just generally how well are you getting the bearings.
That's resolve and composure.
No,
Wits
no,
and composure.
wits and yeah, I think it's wits and composure. Let me see.
I always forget which one's which.
Yeah, wits and composure.
There's a forest of 2s for nothing.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3.
This is going to be a fun number.
How does this work?
What?
I have wrote. 3 exploded, but then I got 3 failures on the explosions.
So they.
Do I re-roll the ones that exploded that didn't succeed?
Well, no. What you do is, if it explodes, you just add in another 10 and roll that.
Yeah, but I have wrote as well, which means I re-roll any failures.
So you'd re-roll the new failures, I guess.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is going to be a fun number.
Nope, it's 5.
That's a fun number.
It's not a fun number.
Okay, so because you're all looking for different things, I'm going to give you the information privately, and then.
Another Courier 1 just raised.
Yeah.
Does this town look like where the smoke coming? Does it look like part of the town has been bombed, like we were worried about?
No.
Okay. I was what my thought process there was if we can kind of make things real by believing in them, or if we were like thinking that the town might get bombed, like we were talking about last week or earlier today in game.
Yep.
Would we have made it true that the town will get bombed, so the future version of the town would have been bombed?
So, no, it's more like a fire has ravaged through the entire place.
Desolation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Where are you with Magnus Archives?
End of season 3, I think. But
Not far enough yet, then.
Everybody's talking about Jude Perry.
I've answered the questions that were posed to me, but you got a critical success.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like? Because
I think-
I'll allow you a second question.
I think
or a general.
once he sees that that's not there, he starts looking for any other like signs of life and anything like that, anything of that nature, like any kind of like people, any kind of signs of like people congregating, or just generally like people like the advent and expression of humanity in a place will leave traces, even if they're fleeing a place. It still causes that.
So, yeah, so there are, if you're going to take a look with the critical success, you can see while there's kind of ash on the ground, things have been burning for a while, the houses are dilapidated. There's also mixtures of blood on the ground. In one of the houses that you look into, there is the charred skeletal remains of someone. There are active signs of human presence from within the church and from the billowing smoke pile where the shops were. And you can kind of just about see them, but there's a fire just behind them. And again, you get the idea there is human activity occurring there. There is a combination of some people attempted to flee. Others did not and appeared to have died in place as the fire consumed the thing. But it only, for both of those, that only accounts for maybe 20% of the population.
Are any of the people who have been, we can see the signs of their deaths, are any of them recognisable by clothing or?
No.
It's very much skeletons rather than.
There's any immediate
So we have two choices of people.
any immediate distinguishing features have been burned away.
We have towards the church, where there's a few. I think I could see some shapes, or back towards the fire that way, where there seems to be some kind of thing
Has,
going on.
for example, the bar that we were in burned?
Which bar were you at? You were at the PV Brew House,
I
right?
think so, yeah. There was like one barman and one soak at the bar.
The soap was a bit crazy for my tastes.
What I'm looking for is, can we kind of identify, for example, there's the body of a barman behind the bar and the body of a drunk at the bar, indicating that the people we spoke to were actually dead here, or will be dead here.
So the brew house, which is kind of sat on the edge of town-ish, he does not appear to have been fire damaged. It appears that it started to fall apart, but it still looks
Does it
habitable.
look like through the ravages of time it's begun to fall apart?
Yes.
How far in the future?
Yeah.
Could I,
Yeah.
please, have a look in the fridge in the bar and check the expiry dates on what's in there?
You absolutely can. So, as you enter the bar, you're not going to get to you can get to the fridge, but there is something way more pressing that hits you as you enter the bar. The floor is blood red, with blood.
Funny that.
Blood is blood coloured.
So
I must not note that down.
in the centre of the floor was you think the guy at the bar that you spoke to,
Yeah.
standing almost trance-like with a mop, is the actual barman who is dipping it into his rib cage and then mopping the floor with the bloodied remains. He appears to have no acknowledgement of. It's as if he's just mopping the floor. He doesn't acknowledge your entry, and he's repeating that over and over again.
Where are you?
I think Riddle would have followed you,
Damn.
and then saw me going around the corner and gone. Hey.
I think you'll see Lucas really stiffen and then specifically note that you're there
Like over the
and
shoulder.
then turn around and leave.
I don't think we can help him by being here.
Can I get past him?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to acknowledge your appearance.
In that case, yes, I'll go and check the expiry dates on the stuff in the
I
fridge.
think while he's doing that, I do like one of these in front of him.
Yeah, so literally no reaction. The expiry dates, they are set. So things that have got a short shelf life,
Yeah.
things like milk, went out of date.
This is going to be interesting.
2 weeks after your arrival.
Indicating this might be about a week and a half in the future.
Yes.
See, that's interesting, because I was wondering if they were going to have gone out of date 2 months ago when the swing started swinging.
Interesting.
That's useful information, but I don't know why.
So
I'm staying outside because I don't want to get my blood on my shoes.
yeah. So as you are looking round more, the dilapidation doesn't appear to have been from time. It appears like things have actively been removed. A collection of people have just pulled apart some of the roof and taken it with them.
Can I ascertain that they've taken parts of buildings to build their big church?
Yeah.
Okay, they've got this weird curved bit of wood here. It shows up on the church over there.
Yeah, spot on.
Cool.
I was alright there.
What's your character's name again?
Lucas.
Lucas.
Nice.
Check for the shotgun behind the bar. See if it's been used.
There's a shotgun behind the bar.
There's normally a shotgun behind a bar, right?
There's always a shotgun behind the bar.
Are we being?
I mean, that's through a Brixton, let alone fucking Texas.
That's it.
The shotgun is there. It does not appear to have been fired.
Doesn't smell like it's been fired. There's no...
It's fully loaded.
But I
it
don't.
was on its
I.
but it was on
alright.
its little rack thing.
Yeah.
Do you know how to use this?
So,
I mean, I know how. It's got a bit too much
Never mind.
kick for me.
It's got a bit too much kick for me, but we'll see what happens later.
yeah. Where to now in this?
Fire or church?
It's got to be the church, right?
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah. I think church time.
Okay. So, as you approach the statue, which is just outside, so they've started the engraving as well.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's just got the letter C at the beginning. And then...
Do the shoes on this statue look familiar? Are they boat shoes / loafers?
Is that going to say Chet or is it going to say Caltaf?
As you've asked this publicly, I will answer publicly, yes, the shoes do look familiar.
So I look
Do
at
they
the
look Chet familiar?
Yes.
They do look Chet.
So, like, do I look at these shoes and I go,
You also see Chet looking at the shoes and then looking down at his own.
Yeah,
What
they're,
did
they're
you do?
pretty good. Whereas everything else has been pulled apart from the ruins to create this makeshift church, more time and effort has been put into the statue, and it's a reasonably good facsimile of your lower half, including your shoes /
And my shorts.
and
That was
your
a
shorts.
0 successes on my perception check to clock that.
Because I think I would have been about to get shot.
Yeah, you would.
I get 3 successes, so I
That
did
is
clock that.
also 0 successes on my empathy check to work out if you guys to see if you guys have a reaction to that.
So I think Riddle looks at the two and goes, and just doesn't do anything yet. But he knows that you're going to go into the church first, because that's what you do. You go into the places first. So he's going to hang back with Chet, because he knows Chet's going to be a coward and hang in the back. So he's just like, I have a moment, and I will wait. And then
Yeah, do your recon
I'm
thing.
very goal oriented.
Yes, exactly. It's like you've got like a dog with a bone. Bang. There it goes. Okay,
Well,
good.
just better
Like,
if it's
whoa.
a D&D party as well.
Yeah, well,
So as you enter the church,
I'm going to peer through the windows.
sorry, peer through the windows. Yep. That's,
Whilst we're stood back having a chat, presumably.
Yes.
Sort of like a kind of that over there.
So there is a reason. So you've got the town mayor and some of the townsfolk that you saw that were huddled out, like when the power went out. A lot of that group that were there. They are there. They are attempting to build the church from the inside out. Like they've got the general structure, but now they're kind of reinforcing it. You can see on the floor some of them are dead, where they appear to have fallen while building the roof and just fallen to their death. They aren't really taking any sort of precautions towards their general health and
That's
safety.
all OSHA complaints.
Yeah,
It's like a fucking Smash Brothers stage.
yeah.
Okay, BDG.
At the altar, there is
A hooded robed man with boat shoes.
no, there is who you think might have been a barmaid, maybe. She appears to have been murdered at the altar.
Sacrificed.
Sacrificed is the word I'm building up towards. Yes.
So while he's looking in there, I just turn to Chet.
You can hear there's a general chanting, but you can't make out any of the words that they're saying, and you can't see any of their mouths moving.
So the chanting is rather more diegetic than.
Yes. So
So while
that's
he's looking in there, I'll go turn to Chet and Chet, what did you do? You've been very cagey ever since we came here, and those are your boat shoes on that statue.
Yeah, I was concerned about that too.
I'd be more than concerned at this point, because that man over there, if he spotted those were your boat shoes, there would be several bullets in your skull. And that is not a problem for me, because at the moment it looks like you may have orchestrated this whole thing somehow, because we are not where we're supposed to be. I don't want to die here.
Okay. I was as surprised as you are to find my shoes on that statue.
Do I believe you? That's a good question.
Do you want to roll empathy versus my appropriate skill?
Sure. Empathy and what is it?
So empathy, which is social.
Yeah.
So that is, I think presence usually. Presence and empathy. And then
I'm going to use a willpower on this.
Yeah.
And then for Chet, it will be composure, and then the associated social skill.
My composure is only 1.
Maybe, yeah.
No, composure is fine.
Composure tends to be the resistance one. I think that's the...
Yeah.
Four successes.
3 successes.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes.
Right. For now, Chet, I believe you. But I still think you are hiding things from us. There was that malarkey with the paper earlier. Look at me using malarkey in this weird place.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
With what? Why would you lie to us? Look, Chet, regardless of what I feel about your actions outside of this whole mess, in here, if we don't trust each other, we're going to die, or worse. And there are worse things than death. I've seen some of them.
Could I ask for a persuasion roll?
Sure. I have nothing. What happens when you have nothing?
-3?
No, for a social it's -1.
-1 for social.
Okay.
So,
and then
Yeah, manipulation.
yes, so 1. Yeah. So 0, which is...
Oh,
So
that's a chance
it's
dice.
a chance dice.
Can I give willpower, or is it?
Or can I spend a willpower?
You
'Cause
can
I've got...
spend willpower.
Okay, so I'll spend the willpower.
1 willpower will get you 2 extra dice.
So then I'll have 2 dice.
So it's not a chance dice.
Well, no,
You
if
can
you're
spend
adding
multiple
two,
willpower.
if you're adding 2 dice, because you already get 1.
No. He'd have 1,
Oh,
and then and there's a -1. It brings it up to
yes.
0.
Which goes back up to 2.
So yeah.
And willpower brings it up
you
to
can
2.
spend multiple willpower if you want to beef up your dice pool.
How many willpowers I got? I have 5, and I think this is important enough. So I've got...
I was going to offer to give you one of mine if I could, but if you've got 5, I've got fucking 2. I've used one.
I have 2 left.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got 2 left. So that will give me 4 dice. And 0 successes.
Oof.
That's bad.
Hold on. So it's +2 to any defensive roll.
Oh, okay.
It's +3.
So I get 2 more dice.
For general
It does make
checks.
willpower better than I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought willpower was +3.
Yeah, it's +2 for a defensive
1
one.
success.
If you're trying to resist something.
1 success. Okay.
Still a success. Just 1 of them.
On 6 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to roll a thing for my own personal benefit.
Quiche.
Yes.
It's your best interest to trust me.
There are... Oh no, this wasn't about trusting you. This was about what I do with the information.
Fair enough.
While
Say
this has been
that.
happening, could I have made a circle of the church? Checked what other exits there are, whether they're locked.
You know that for fire code reasons, there should be an emergency exit.
Yeah. They're
They're
not
def-
super concerned with the fire code there right now.
There definitely was one in the town hall / museum that you visited, but the supporting structure of the church appears to have just boarded that up and just built over it. So there's only one way in or out. You've got windows at the front. The rest is just remnants of the town that's been built up towards this church.
I have an additional question.
Yeah, go for it.
The flaming ruins,
Yep.
do they look like the flaming ruins of the town hall, of a church, or do they look like the flaming ruins of this church, where I took a picture of them last week, and I could concentrate on the photo to see the remnants of the church? Does it all look harvested?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Because I'm wondering if I might have to close the loop here with some kerosene.
So, there are parts of almost every single building in town.
Yeah.
So, can I have? This is going to be an intelligence and investigation check if ever there was one.
Oh, Michael, you spoil me. Would this involve crime scene investigation, considering arson?
Arson, theft of a town. I imagine that's a crime. It certainly should be.
This is 8 again.
Lovely.
That is 1, 2, 3 successes, and then I re-roll these ones. That is 5 successes, 6 successes, 7 successes, 7 successes.
Oh boy, yes. You can confidently.
I'm very good at one thing.
Yep.
You can confidently match up parts of every single public structure
Into the burn stuff.
No, so I'm going to answer the question in two parts.
No, sure.
So the town hall, a makeshift church, has been built up over it, like sort of like a teepee or wigwam type thing.
Yeah.
But that's been built by taking components from every single
Public building.
There also appears to be parts from residential homes. There appears to be bones.
Booth's going to be very angry.
But probably of a human nature. There is a piece of the church that you recognise from the photos.
Yeah.
So clearly that was stolen from the church before it burned down.
Yeah.
The fire that you can see coming from the public buildings does not identically match the one that you saw in the photos.
And the ones in the photo I took of the burned building we could see in the quote unquote real world.
Yeah.
Does that look like those burning remnants from the quote unquote real world that we took the photo of? Is that the burning remnants of the amalgamated church we can see here?
No, it is not.
That was what was it? Yeah.
Apologies. So next to so if I move us over here,
That felt so good to roll
Yeah.
that many dice.
So where number 7 is, that's the town hall.
Yeah.
To the right, or Joe, to your left of number 7.
That was where the burnt
That is where, and that appeared to be, for want of a better word,
parking lot.
a traditional church once stood.
Yeah.
That was then burned down, but no one remembers it.
And then when we thought about it, it stopped being a parking lot and started being a burned out church.
Correct. Yes.
So that burned out church wasn't the remnants of the weird cult church we can see now.
No. So the burned down church, because you also saw, you could see photos of it in the town,
And it was real.
What's
there now in the desolation world?
where the church once stood. Very obviously the charred remains of a burned down church. There's no
And that
pretense
matches the photo I've got.
yes.
Cool.
A question for Joe's character as well, to ask you, would be: does this church that they've made look like the photos of the old church?
It does not, no.
So they've not recreated it?
No, they have not. This is very different.
What kind of iconography?
That would be an occult roll, please.
Oh, go on then.
Intelligence and occult, I believe.
Lovely.
I think we need to make it back to him.
That many.
He's gone on an investigation spree. He gets like this.
1 success.
Should we just wait for him to come back around?
Yes.
None of the traditional ideologies.
Yeah.
It
I put them down 4 successes.
Yeah.
so
Use this more often then.
because if I recall correctly,
You just got that. Okay.
if I recall correctly, you've been checking the agency's archive.
Yeah.
So one is not enough to get anything more than you recognise this might meet iconography of the Church of the Void. What exactly that is, you can't remember.
But that's a known quantity from the agency
From
rather
the
than from my
agency.
bullshit
Yes,
occult studies online.
correct.
Now that we're back out in the real world, possibly in the future, who knows,
If a little bit, yes. What?
can you contact your agency?
My next question as well.
There is no van, there is no truck, there is no satellite phone, there is no phone, there is no laptop, there is no internet. No. Well,
What about a
You've
cut
got your-
with a
you've got your
really
mobile.
long history?
When you ask that question, you are drawn back to the park. You don't physically go there, but
We feel the pull.
if you want that question answered, the
So
park,
we might be able to go back through that way.
yes.
right. Before
So-
he gets back,
You were talking about doorways last week.
Mm-hmm.
So the park is the doorway. If we can go through it, will we go through that? Well, it's not a question we really answer, but is it that creepy cabin, etc., is the intermediate space?
Yeah. So it
Will we always pass through that if we're going between the worlds?
the
we'll have
the
to find
pro.
out.
Yeah, surely we have to go back and try it to figure
Yeah,
that out.
Yeah. There's not really a question. I'm just saying it out loud, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps before he comes back, what was on your paper? Really? Because you do not seem like the worrying type.
It said worry.
Did it really?
Yes.
At the moment, I will have to trust you have taken what I've said on board. After this is all over, I will continue to hate you because you're a capitalist. But beyond this, in this place where we are in extreme amounts of danger, we are allies. You understand?
Yes.
Like Russia at the end of World War II and the USA. We hate each other, but
I don't hate you.
you would.
Oh, what a fucking line! You would. Oh my god. Sorry, I like that. I think I like that more than you liked it. Oh.
I mean, you didn't hear my follow-up. I mean, which, to myself would have been, I just don't connect, live or die.
That has such energy of fucking more of like something. You no, it's like what even is the line? You don't know what you're talking about. I might. Yeah, I think at this point I'll have come back around the other side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll relay everything.
The Church of the Void.
I'm actually just going to pee real quick. So.
When he says Church of the Void, I will have a think about what that could mean, because I've been through the archives as well.
So intelligence and occult roll, please.
4 and...
You know what? There's going to be a chance dice.
Go for
I'm
it.
going to roll it anyway.
4, 5, 6... No.
That's a critical failure. It's a natural 1 on a chance dice.
2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, that's 6.
Oh boy, you do spoil me.
I mean, there is also, I don't know if the
5, 6...
the bonus would counteract that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
7.
Ooh.
Every dice I roll either exploded or was a success. That was a very good roll. And then I'll also, like, when he says Church of the Void, I'll look up at the church and do that kind of, like, scan of the iconography and go, oh.
Okay. Let me
Wait.
ponder about.
Yes,
anyway.
yeah, you have
Wait
a thing.
until he comes back. as
Wait until
well.
he goes back. I want to tell him exactly what just happened with my dice. Oh, Chet, you bastard. So, Joe.
Yeah.
After you mentioned the Church of the Void,
Mhm.
Brad decided to roll occult to
Yeah.
figure out his knowledge. Got 7.
Yeah.
That's great.
Praise him.
Chet
Yeah.
also decided to roll
Mhm.
that as he has no training in occult,
Yeah.
the -3 turned it into a chance dice,
Yeah.
on which I rolled a 1.
Critical fail.
That's a critical fail. And
Praise him.
then I asked Mike about a certain thing,
Yeah.
cryptically, as
Yeah.
cryptically as I
Yeah,
cryptically
yeah,
could. And now Mike has had to have a think,
Yeah.
and that's where we're at.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
Feel free to send this privately if you want to keep it sneaky.
so you may or may not get something else on top of this, but publicly, looks like every single religion harvests from people in one form or another. This one seems to be blood. You're not quite sure where the profit is in that, so.
I think the profit's over there. It's a profit pun.
Boo!
But beyond that, you're not even sure if you've spelt the word occult correctly.
There's a K in there.
No, that's Yakult.
So,
Oh God. Yep. That feels about right.
I'm taking psychic damage. So,
It's a golf clap. It's a golf clap. Hold on. Yeah.
so with your, was it 7?
7, yeah.
Okay, so
Feast or famine with me. It's like 0 or
yeah,
So we're getting that one today as well.
okay, so small level of lore dump incoming. So there are void entities. So a world beyond this one that leads to other places. The agency is unsure whether they are alternate versions of this reality. Or whether they are just beyond this one.
Borderlands.
Yeah, they are inherently unquantifiable. The agency has done its best, but there is still a lot that they do not know. There are many entities that live within the void. Almost all of them are Class 1 dangers to the agency. However, none of the names are given. They are either all redacted or beyond whatever access you had access to. So you don't have any specific names.
Is it DEFCON or like is 1 bad or good?
1 is very, very bad.
1 is the worst.
One is the worst.
One is where they start nuking
Except
things.
possibly 0
So there is no 0 according to
that we know of.
According to the official documentation, there is no 0. A level 1 threat by the agency standard. This is how seriously they take it. You're not allowed to research them.
Oh, you had your IT was getting pings from your searches
Every
5 minutes in the first 4 days.
Yeah.
Any dealings with a Class 1 entity are to be to stop whatever it is at any cost. Any value upon human life is then rescinded. Because if you fail, it will
And all
theoretically-
human life.
Exactly.
So anything with the Class 1 is a doomsday scenario.
Yes.
If it gets out.
Yes, precisely.
So I think...
The Church of a Void means that something is leaking through, which is very, very bad. Usually, void entities live within the void, so they're not inherently a danger while they stay there. The problem is if they...
If people start worshipping and then opening a gateway.
Yes.
Right. So I think Riddle goes stark white when you mentioned Church of the Void, and he goes, "We need to go now." You remember when I said that there was a possibility that they would nuke this place from orbit and make it not exist and turn it to glass? We're well past that point now. We are beyond nuking. This is going to be very bad, very fast. We need to not be here.
What, do we need to go back and tell the agency?
We need to not be in America. That's where we need to not be.
All right.
Jess, do you want to leave America? I would leave now. Don't tell anyone where you're going. Don't say anyone you're here. You know nothing about this place. Run. You remember you had that trip to Mars? Go. This is the kind of shit.
Call up Muskie.
He'll take you. Just mention Lizard Man 537. He'll wave everything past. We're going. We're leaving. Park. I got a feeling earlier.
Okay.
like speed walking. He's not running because must go. Like, don't do stupid things. Don't trip.
Cool. So, as you enter the park, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Where's the van? Where's the van? Where's the van? Where's the van?
Yeah. Okay. I can...
Real world.
You're thinking real world.
Yeah.
Okay. Check.
Where can I hire a private military company that does not care about civilian casualties?
Boy, howdy.
I'll just put white phosphorus.
No. White phosphorus is too destructive to the property.
What you want is some kind of fast clearing nerve agent.
Ricin.
Yeah. Rice in what?
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Ricin rice.
Crispy.
Oh god. I want. Okay. You sink as you enter the park. You want to gain sink down.
And we come out
and you're
there.
dragged under.
This does not feel any more pleasant the second time.
And this is where you come out. So this time the waters are not black and cosmic. They are bright turquoise. They're not see-through. It's not water.
It is something.
It is certainly attempting to mimic it in its behaviour.
This place would be beautiful if I wasn't terrified at the moment. My desire to save human life has ebbed slightly at this point, and I'm in self-preservation mode.
Okay, and then we just need. I think we want. Oh yeah, this is a good one. And then the.
Is that Coruscant? There.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the ring-shaped things.
Yeah.
I was thinking Mass Effect for a bit, but that looks like a human-style space. So,
Okay. Yeah, obviously ignore the spaceman.
Mm-hmm.
it's just a graphic design thing.
There is.
It's Musk.
You are floating within space. It's not liquid. It's not air.
Phlogiston.
There is a black hole that you are dangerously close to, and as worlds are sucked into this thing, you remain a fixed point. You are not dragged towards it. You're not pulled away.
Yes.
Yes.
You see entire worlds disappear into this black hole, and as quickly as it started, you arrive back on Main Street.
Straight to the van.
There's a sound of traffic. You can hear people milling about. Straight to the van.
Straight to the van. Sat phone. Mayday, etc. All this stuff.
Literal will go Void Entity Class 1 danger. Kaltha Toth. Church of the Void. We are in a lot of danger. We need immediate extraction.
So.
They're not going to extract us.
We're going to run.
We're driving 130 miles an hour out of here.
So, you send that message, and at this point, you will notice that you are not getting a signal back. The EMF meter has started to rise, and you're unable to get transmission out. However, after you hit send, steel shutters come down around the door and windows, and a short video message appears on the screen, and it says, So
Shelter in place order.
no, so it goes. So, based off the message you attempted to send, you are now out of signal range and are attempting to query a void entity. Kaltath is known as the void god or god of destruction. It is unlikely if you encounter Kaltath, it is highly likely that you will die. Avoid at all costs.
What is in relation to Caltech?
What is more likely is that you have encountered one of his rituals, which must be interrupted. They usually, based off of our notes, a desolation ritual will occur when.
Don't mind me interested in the grenade cupboard.
Can I have a grenade, please?
Don't give him a grenade.
On your flashbang.
So, it is usually initiated by an avatar of Kaltath, and then which slowly begins to spread the corruption and eventually the church of Kaltath. You either need to destroy the church, destroy the avatar, or both. If you have lost signal contact, it is likely that they are entering the final stage of the ritual.
I don't like this.
Please note that as a Class 1 entity, your lives are expendable. We apologise for this, but please remember this is for the greater good. The greater good.
I'm going to go burn that fucking church down.
Why do you think I wanted a grenade?
Wow. Did I send anything to chat just then, just to double check?
But it's...
No.
Good.
No.
I clicked one of my merits to see the details of it, and then I was like, oh, I really hope I didn't send that to the main chat.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so whereas last time I was loading up with like beanbag rounds and tasers and stuff, as well as my main weapon, tooling up to a silly degree at this point.
Yeah.
We have some tear gas. Yes, we can probably get them out of there at least from that perspective. I know I said that. Okay, we need to find the avatar because it said and or both. We need to find what is the avatar of this thing anyways.
No kill like overkill.
I don't disagree, and if it's the weighing up of all human life versus everyone in this town, maybe. But if you're an avatar of the thing, wouldn't you be unaffected by the stuff?
Who would be? I'm trying not to laugh actively.
And look at we're all trying not to side-eye right.
Would we be able to make some kind of check to determine what kind of thing or what kind of effects being an avatar would have on a person, and if that could apply in any kind of way?
Can we ask the van? We need help identifying Kaltath's avatar, please.
Okay, so do an intelligence occult roll +2 because the van's going to give you some pointers in just a second.
2.
That's a good one for me. 4. Holy shit, that's bad. 2 successes.
Okay, so.
Oh no, occult is an asset skill, so I have still 2 successes.
I don't know where it's going.
I don't know.
Lost a dice?
Yep, it's fine. I've got spares.
At least it's not a D4.
That's
Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Right there. Good.
Thank you.
I could have picked it up my toes. I was about to, and I was like, no, that might be a bit gross.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Okay, so on the same.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 4 successes.
Okay. So, combination of what the van says and reaffirmed by what
Riddle says.
by your general occult knowledge. So, an avatar will be a being that will be working on behalf of a void entity, either knowingly or unknowingly. They will be spreading the particular flavour of the void entity, in this case desolation or destruction. So they tend to they may have already operated on a smaller scale as a practice ritual. They might not have. They tend to so for desolation they'll tend to bring about misery and destruction of people's lives. There'll be
You'll do it as well.
they'll either be consciously or subconsciously attempting to build a new church, especially if one has recently burned down. They'll be very keen to get another one up and running, but in this time, worshipping.
Keen to build a new church.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll. I'm just going to have my dice ready to roll.
Yeah.
To dodge.
And dodge bullets.
So they've got that. They'll generally be unaffected by any kind of mind control. They'll often cause interference.
Yeah, what kind of check, Mike?
To do what?
You know what. I just handed the man a flashbang. What check?
So with the successes on the intelligence and occult roll, dear old Chet certainly does fit at least some, if not all, of the description of an Avatar of the Void.
Chet, is your father here?
No, he's in California right now.
Is he actually Chet, or is he here? Truth would be very good. We're also trapped in this van until I let us out. And it won't be anyone else because nobody else knows the codes.
Okay, last I heard, he was in California doing a business deal.
What does your father do?
I have a question. It's an out of character question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the truest version of playing Lucas that I can, at the point that Chet goes into his memory... Do you ever watch that TED talk about pickpocketing? Where the guy talks about how conscious thought and recall works. In that the way he gets to pickpocket someone is he gets them to think of something and waits for the little security guard in the brain to turn around and go to the memory banks and start filing through. And that moment of inattention is where you can pickpocket someone.
Yeah.
At the moment you are asked the question about what your father is doing now, that is the point that Lucas would open fire.
That's fair.
Now, I don't want to do that if you are not okay with me doing that as a player.
Do it.
I shoot him in the brainstem.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Cool.
So you will get you'll be getting a -2 dice penalty.
Yeah.
For aiming specifically at the head.
Oh, no, head I believe is like a -3 or -4.
But it's at very close range.
Guns are not necessarily the best thing for close range.
Yeah. That's entirely fair, yeah.
So...
Like, Ryan as a player,
Yeah.
fully on your side.
Yeah, I did want to check that before we went through this. Chet obviously doesn't want to die.
But obviously, yeah, I'm going to roleplay Chet to the hilt.
Yeah, completely.
Cold shot.
Like, it's still not guaranteed that he is the big bad.
For sure. I totally get you.
Like, I did not work with Mike
that was
to do this.
Yeah, he's right. So the way it scales is medium, small, precise, and +1, +2, +3, and then the reverse is
I'm
damage
going through
scales
like
0, 0, 1, 2.
Cerebral vertebrae.
So not the head.
No, I'm going through the middle of the throat to disconnect the spinal
cord. So it would
cord.
be -3 or +3 difficulty and +2 to damage.
Okay.
Throat would fall under small. Interesting.
So that would be...
Joe's going for a specific vertebrae. The throat could be just the corner of it.
Yeah.
That's
true.
I am going to rules lawyer my way to survive this if I can.
Okay, so I will... It's a very small target. You are in a... So, it will be a -3 penalty to hit, but don't tell me the result. Roll away.
So it's just the metal bits.
Yes. Can I... oh boy, does Chet need to roll well here. You will need a perception check, please, which will be wits and composure.
And this is a defensive willpower roll, so I get to add 2 if I...
No, this is...
so if I spend willpower...
No, this... Oh, so you'll get +3. This isn't a defensive roll. This is a perception check.
Okay.
You won't be able to dodge out of the way of the bullet, but you may be able to do a simultaneous action, is what I am...
Shoot me.
I'll be in the fucking trailer alone going, motherfucker.
I rolled 10 dice.
Yeah.
I rolled a single 8.
Wow.
Plus that +1 bonus you gave me.
Okay.
Could...
Okay, so you have mentioned something to me. You would have time to do that thing. It would happen at the same time as a certain...
Yes, I will. I will do that thing.
Okay, you need to answer my follow-up question.
Is that thing praise him? We're trapped in a trailer with an emergent god.
Or not.
Yeah, well.
Or the emergent god's son.
Where did the sun connection come from?
So his father would be connected to a shit ton of money and be a capitalist the same as he was, so I figured maybe if he Chet's just a boob.
Venture capitalist is a generic rich person arsehole thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so yeah, Dad was a venture capitalist.
Okay.
You would have found that
So,
in the check last session.
Okay.
so you hear 2 distinct noises. You hear the sound of a... Because it was pistol, right?
No, this is assault rifle.
Assault, okay.
Inside the
Is he
trailer.
just going dunk?
Yeah, but, yeah.
Honestly, I think you should roll to make sure you're not getting riddle as well.
Ricochet shots?
Well,
maybe?
It's a small room and you're going full auto.
Yeah.
Not the MP5, or as I've classed it, a small machine gun.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It has a short burst.
Okay.
It doesn't allow you to target multiple.
Do you want to
things.
rename this to like something like a P90?
Yeah. So
Like
I think
Stargate style.
Yeah.
Or
So,
the compact box of chocolate ones.
yeah. Which is I think I like the MP5, but in the book it's actually classed as something different.
Yeah.
So,
That's okay. Whatever you say.
But yeah. So okay, you hear the very short burst of machine gun fire as the casings drop to the ground, and 3 shots go off, and you hear 4 bits of metal hit the ground, 3 shell casings, and a grenade pin.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So, first off,
oh, what lovely waveforms by Joyous Laugh.
okay. So
Mine one is great.
Chet, you unfortunately will be taking 5 lethal damage. Because he's bypassed your armour, you don't get to negate that with your... Because while your bulletproof vest may be monogrammed, I don't think it's
I do have
Like a ballistic vest! Take a point of inspiration.
tactile neck. Oh yeah, my armour doesn't. But defense doesn't count towards guns.
No.
No.
So...
I enjoyed the idea of a tactical turtleneck so much that when we next play Western Wilds, you can all have an extra point of inspiration. Because
Nice.
there is a loud...
That's why spies wear turtlenecks!
Oh, of course it is.
There is a loud bang and a bright light. The fire alarms go off in the van. The shutters and door automatically open. Because it doesn't want you to burn to death. It can't tell the difference.
Is there a resistance roll or something against this?
You will now all need to make So this is
so glad you got to pull the pin.
yeah.
Like a Chekhov's flashback.
If you'd handed me an actual grenade.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's what. Yeah. It's like,
But that wasn't my plan when I got a grenade.
you see, here's the thing. Like
Can I have a stamina and resolve check from everybody? Chet, you will be getting +3 bonus on top of everything else that you've currently got.
Okay.
Because
You've
you've just been shot in the neck, but you also knew you were dropping a grenade, so you've probably got time to close your eyes.
Yeah.
2.
Hold on. 5.
I'm really sorry. I've rolled the wrong number of dice. Should
Okay.
I just re-roll totally?
Depends. Did you roll too many or not enough?
I rolled too many.
Then yeah.
Just re-roll
Was
unfortunately,
that for shooting me in the neck?
No, that was for the resolve because I rolled.
This is how badly you're hit by the flashbang.
Actually, I don't.
5 successes.
Okay, cool.
2.
5. Okay, so you're too busy looking at your laptop screen to realise what.
Yeah, I'm like. Then I just hear.
Yeah. So, Chet is closest to the door, probably.
Chet is out that door.
Chet is, so you see. So I want to call you Tommy, but that's an entirely different. Lucas, sorry. So you see, Lucas is somewhat blinded. He's probably going to recover in 12-ish seconds. You can see Chet running out the door, and there is quite a lot of blood. So
He looked injured really badly.
Yeah.
I know. I could probably guess what happened. And I'm like,
Kill him!
I think it's.
Do it, Riddle!
I think it's his father.
okay. Chet, what are you doing? Riddle, what are you doing?
I look at him running. Is the blood that's coming off of him?
What a great question.
Because maybe if he is one, it'll give me a chance to take a shot at him. If he isn't,
It certainly appears like blood.
he's. I chase after him,
Okay.
but I don't fire immediately.
Is it initiative?
Yeah, I suppose it would be. Yeah. You'll all be rolling for initiative.
Cool.
Yep.
Do you want initiatives? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
27.
27.
I thought he did really well with 24.
You got 24.
Yeah.
12. Which I also thought was quite good.
Oh, hang on. 28.
Oh my
Because
god.
that's the difference. That's the difference. Yeah.
You're still going first.
Oh god.
What would you like to do, Chet?
I think the only thing Riddle says first is, "Chet, stop! I think it's your father." That's what he says.
Yeah. So I will allow. So before Chet takes his official action, I will allow a very brief conversation. You're talking a sentence that you can throw at each
that's
other.
all he's.
So Chet, you might be able to get half a sentence. You have been shot in the neck. That will inhibit.
That will affect things.
That will.
Okay, I will eloquently go.
See, he's talking in
You
tongues.
shot him in the neck. Shit.
He will flip the bird at you.
That's fair.
Which honestly is possibly the most human thing he can still do.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes first, though.
20 fucking 8. Nice.
Are the recorders still active? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, he wouldn't turn
I
it
got
off.
my body cam on and everything.
Yeah, he wouldn't turn it off.
Yeah, that's fine. It may or may not come up if you review it later.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's gonna be funny. Yeah. Like, I guess what is Chet doing? What do I see him doing? It's the important part.
Running for cover.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, I think Riddle chases.
Oh boy. Okay. Cool.
I think
right.
Riddle chases after him. He's also looking around to see if anyone of the town is doing anything weird.
And Yeah, they are.
Oh, fuck.
So, so I believe you've currently got your RV parked.
Like over.
No, it was
Yeah,
in
that
a
way,
car
yeah.
park over here, right?
Yeah. So I think how do I ping?
Press and hold.
Yeah, it's press and hold.
There we go.
Yeah.
So about there.
Do
Okay.
you want me to pop a die on there to see where the RV
Yeah.
is?
Perfect. So you see Chet run out and he disappears. Are you heading deeper into town?
He's probably heading to his house.
Yeah, he's going to his
It's
house.
a panic
Okay.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as he enters the street, you now, like from the Truman Show, people step out of their houses and their eyes snap towards your van.
Okay. Do any of them snap towards Chet? I'm looking for like eyes and views of protection and like a shielding nature.
So the problem. It's difficult because this is all happening very quickly, but
I'm more looking for like startling patterns of people going towards Chet to kind of like walk around and shield him. So like big groups of people rather than like individuals doing anything weird. It's more like
Are they all, is it like a school of fish kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Swarming around the big boss.
some people are starting to move towards Chet. Others are moving towards your van.
Okay, so
The ones moving towards your van look aggressive. The ones around Chet look defensive. However, this is within the first few seconds and people are coming out of their houses. So no
Right.
one's really formed a barrier around Chet. No one's got to you guys yet.
Yep.
Especially because the townsfolk haven't rolled their initiative. Okay, cool.
Fine.
41.
Jesus! That's some fast townspeople.
Yeah, but I mean, 28 has only just gone, so they've got a whole cycle.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's happening.
Okay.
Riddle.
Okay, so you've run as far as you can with your everything you've got. I've seen the townspeople both doing an aggressive action towards where you are and a kind of more defensive action towards where Chet is going to be. Or they're just moving towards that direction. There's not like aggression in their eyes. I'm like, oh, fuck.
The 3 bits of metal and then the one other bit of metal hitting the ground. Just,
I don't
Sorry, say that again?
The 3 bits of metal hitting the ground from the shell casings, and then another one is the most cinematic fucking shit in the world. I'm so happy. Continue.
If you hadn't shot me, that wouldn't have happened.
I know.
I think...
and therefore I regret nothing twice.
So I think what Riddle does is he like kind of stops on his heels and turns around and goes back to the van.
Ooh, okay.
Right. You're like all wonky and weird. Like, fuck, I go to the grenade cabinet. Alright, what one is like fire? Red, blue,
Can
green?
I make, like, an intelligence resolve or something to try and recall accurately? Like, what kind of check would it be to...
Like a memory check. So,
Yeah, a memory check, but after I have been discombobulated. Would it be like stamina or...
It's going to be a resistance, so probably resolve and stamina.
Okay.
And a penalty because he's...
3 successes.
Well, yeah, would you...
My argument would be that because we have established how fastidiously tidy Lucas is, if he wasn't discombobulated, he probably wouldn't be rolling.
Yeah, I think the role is to fight against the flashbang.
Joe, could you pop the door open a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I had the brain weasels. Shut to the brain weasels.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, you can point in the general direction.
Yeah.
Of the grenade.
Yeah.
Of the
I'm saying,
incendiary grenade.
top shelf on the right, blue carrier.
Blue. Right. Grab all of them, duct tape them together, put them into your hands. I'm going to drive, and then I just get into the driver's seat. When you wake up, bad things, bad ideas, and I just drive the van.
Okay, so you noticed at the edges of the town, there is a
I should have hopped in my car.
there is a blackish fog that is starting to appear at the very edges of the town, but beyond that you don't know. Which way are you driving? Are you driving?
I want to drive this way past.
Are you trying to
going towards Jet? Then.
Towards, well, not towards Chet, towards the church.
Ah, okay,
Or
cool.
the church.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The altar.
Okay.
That's why you have the incendiary
Yeah,
grenades.
that's
Well, a pack of them.
Okay, so you
Do I need some kind of driving test?
see how yes. So driving is going to be Dex and
Driving.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a driving?
Dex
There's
and
a drive, yeah.
Yeah.
Only physical.
I
Dex
take
and drive.
2 penalty because I don't have any in that.
Well, it's only physical's only a -1.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it's only -1. It's only -3 if it's a mental stat. that you-
And I'm going to spend some willpower. Boop. And that gives me 2 more dice.
3 does.
3 more dice. Cool.
Because it's not a resistance
Where is
check.
Jet's house?
Somewhere
in
in
there,
here,
yeah.
I think. So
Yeah, but if we know where the church is, I think.
you also know where his house is.
Yeah, I know.
Right, well,
It's the house right next to the park.
so it's your turn next, so I don't know if I have enough time to do all that in my turn, or if I'm just in the driver's seat waiting to start the drive.
Can you do it? That's a good point. So
So you got the grenades, tied them together, and then
And then threw them in your lap.
yeah.
Like, what? Why is there something metal in my lap?
Okay, so no, you won't. However, now we will begin initiative points because you both roll critical successes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we get an
On
extra,
how
so we
to
get
get
surprise
over.
turn, yeah.
And now we've now entered initiative
yes.
roll. So you had just enough wherewithal to point out grenades, but unfortunately that's all you can do at this
So
point.
it now that is so essentially I had the surprise condition for
Yes,
D&D, and
yes.
we restart initiative.
Yes, so now everyone has got over from being flashbanged.
Yeah.
Chet, what is it you would like to do? I should probably reply.
Please do.
Yes.
It might inform my decisions.
So, so is that oof.
We've got a whole thing there of just tense blank silence.
Mm-hmm. I would like to argue that my greed, as my vice, allows me to regain some willpower.
I mean, if that's happening, I'm certainly arguing for wrath.
So
Sorry. Oh, Christ.
yeah. Sorry, 2 seconds. So like. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to keep on following that course of action.
Okay, so in that case...
That I mentioned in the message there.
Yes. In that case, can I have a Dex... it's a Dex athletics check, please.
Oh, great.
I will hear an argument for something else in athletics if you wish to make it. But obviously it has to be a physical trait.
So I was going to argue for wits. Yeah, keeping my wits about me as I do it. That's fine if not.
You can do that. It will be a less direct route.
No, I'll do Dex.
Cool. Okay.
You just flipping over garden fences like Nicholas Angel.
Yeah.
Guess how many dice I'm rolling for this?
How many? Is it a chance?
It's not a chance dice though.
Ooh.
One success.
Ooh, okay. Cool. Right. So, you have now you've now disappeared down Cartway, which is
Yeah, I can see it there.
kind of about there. Right, Riddle.
I turn the car on, and I'm going around the corner to attempt to drive by. And he's shouting to the back, "I'm going to drive by the church. I've given you a package."
I can see what's here now.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
I think...
Pause 2 seconds. I have missed... So, are you doing that after you've got to where you've got, or are you doing that instead? Right.
Ooh.
Sorry. Let me edit that last word.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I understand. Yes, okay, cool. That makes sense. Sorry, Riddle, you can continue.
Okay,
Apologies.
so, driving to the church.
I think I will yell. I don't think it's going to be heeded, but get off the fucking jets! He's going to get his panic and we're going to get him!
If we blow up the church, then we don't need to kill church.
The church is going to be there, he might not, and there's more fucking people in there! Do you want a roll, Brad?
I guess so, yeah. I'll do a persuasion.
Manipulation, intimidation?
Sure.
Who doesn't love a moral debate? In the
I've got my drive auto rolls, so...
One success.
1. I don't think that's enough. I think...
I don't think it is either.
So I think...
And I rolled 6 dice, so it definitely
The church is the better choice. If it's not there, they can't do the result. That's fine. And then if it happens, I can just do a circle around and do a U-turn and J-turn. And I just roll down here with 6 successes on my drive auto. Weaving around people as much as possible.
If Lucas was driving, you'd be playing Crazy Taxi right now. So.
Dunk,
Simpsons hit and run.
Dunk.
So, it's not a big street. So you weave amongst people, and you are now driving past.
What on earth do I see?
You are just the worst. So
I'm Chet.
Yeah.
I need to shower tomorrow.
So as you're driving past the church, it doesn't. Sorry, not the church. The town hall. It's not a church yet.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. But
The once and future church.
So, you're driving quite quickly but very efficiently. You maybe notice that perhaps someone has started to put a metal base outside the front of the town hall. Perhaps a base for a statue of some description.
Yes.
It is real early days. Like...
Yeah.
Is it a statue that someone could jump onto and become the statue themselves?
Theoretically, yes, but I don't.
But that's not the vibe here.
That's
Okay,
not the
cool.
No, it's as if someone has either. It's as if someone is subconsciously or secretly building a statue, but it's happening at a very slow rate. So at the moment, it's literally just a.
So you're believing real hard that that there's a statue of you or something.
So you're now outside the church, because that's where you were aiming for, right?
Yes. I'm mostly like, I'm not really going to stop. You need to chuck the thing out.
Over to you.
How many people are in the church?
There are people coming out. So there would be.
You mean town hall?
I do, yeah. I kind of mean church, to be honest, at this point.
Not a church yet.
Yeah, well.
There are two people, and they are walking out of the building.
They're walking out. Who are they?
So you've got the town mayor.
Yeah.
And then you've got another one of the townsfolk. Sorry, 2 seconds. And then you've got the. Who should we have? One of the residents you think might be who was working in the shop.
Any boat shoes?
No boat shoes. So they.
Can I, if I make a perception check to see if I can clock Chet, would that take my turn?
No.
Okay. 2 successes.
You think you've seen him dive south into the residential area.
But like, I'm talking about specifically where he is.
You can't.
I can't see through his in cover, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you can't see. So, you think. You think you remember you saw him go down there.
Yeah.
But the problem is where you've come
We've
here.
come this way.
There's houses through there, and you can no longer see through there. So, you can't see where he is.
What were the things we were told we had to destroy to stop the ritual? Either the church
or the avatar.
The avatar.
Or both.
Or both.
Or both.
Or both.
Preferably both.
Yeah, there's a bit woolly on the specifics. It's not a very...
The problem is it was a pre-recorded sort of AI the agency version of Clippy. Like, it appears you're searching for this term.
It looks like you're trying to stop a profane ritual.
Yeah. So,
how many people are still in the church other than these two?
None. Because it's a town hall.
Sorry, I keep saying church.
Yes.
How many people are in the town hall apart from these two?
Yeah, there'll only be...
There's only the two at the moment.
So, but I thought they were gathered in there building it.
No, that was in the future.
Was in the future version. In this
Hang on, so we're now back in the real one?
Yes.
Oh, piss flaps. I've misunderstood this so totally. Okay,
that's why we came through the garden. The park.
Yeah, I didn't realise it had changed back there. I thought weird stuff was still happening. So
no, apologies.
No, you shot me in the real world.
Oh yeah, that was intentional. That's that's fine. That's normal. Let's face it, that was going to happen anyway.
So in the dream world, you have no access to the van.
Sure. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
The problem is
I'm pulling a lot of pins and throwing.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Riddle's rigged it up, so you just have to pull one. It's
of course he has.
Dunk.
I mean, it's going to be a dex throw of some description.
Dex athletics. Dex weaponry.
Yeah. Either dex and firearms or dex and weaponry.
2 successes.
Okay. Cool. That's fine. You only needed 1. You absolutely didn't want to fail.
Yeah, I figured that was the case.
So you pull the pins.
The awkward moment where Chet is the only survivor.
Throw it through a high window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try and go for a closed window. It just goes dunk, dunk,
just bounces off the glass
back into your hands.
And so ends the.
And it just flashes back to Chet signing the purchase order for bulletproof church windows.
I don't own the town hall
yet.
So the pack of grenades go rolling in. There's a few seconds. There's enough time. So what?
I'm continuing driving because I think So my thing is if this doesn't work, then we have to go kill Chet.
Okay.
Which means I need to drive this way, and then back in there.
So, the problem is, so it's always a bit difficult because this is happening in real time and it's going to be a bit clunky. So, if you're going to go after Chet, you will need to have made the decision to turn the corner before you see the...
Yeah.
So,
like the second, like we get to the corner, he's turning, essentially.
Cool.
So we're going like round that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
So I'll play this. So, Chet, can you message me? Are you continuing with your current plan?
Yes.
Can I have another Dex Athletics check, please?
Fuck is he going?
One success again.
Very nice. Okay, cool. So, what happens is, so as you get here, there are now the villagers are now swarming out.
Yep.
Some are pouring down that way, and others are heading straight towards your van.
Do they care about self-preservation at all?
As far as you can tell, no.
Would any of them be able to just throw themselves into the wheels to jam them up?
I've got a 5 drive auto so far, so if I have to make another one, I'll do it.
The problem is there's not enough towns, like, because this has still all happened very, very quickly, and there aren't enough people in one place that's going to physically jam up a van.
I mean, I was hoping that someone would just get themselves wedged.
Get the spine up in the wheel arch.
Person just wedged in there. Admittedly, it's a vain hope because the van is beefy.
Yeah.
It's designed for this kind of
Yeah,
shit.
you're right. Pacification with extreme prejudice.
Yeah. So, someone does try to throw themselves in the van. Can I? But you've already rolled the critical success. They try to throw themselves. You dodge around it. The grenades explode. Fire rips through the wooden structure. So, and as you round the corner, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Do I see any change, like as the? Because I guess the
Changing
building
the demeanour of the townsfolk.
So, yeah, as the church bends down, you kind of see people drop to their knees with a massive headache.
Mm-hmm.
So,
can we see a blood trail?
We're running from the wrong side for that. We need to get on the other
yeah,
side.
We'll be around there in a minute.
so
We'll get there eventually.
that'll be a perception check -3 because you're looking for a small blood trail from a speeding van.
That's fair. I don't necessarily want to do it now. I kind of want to do it when we get down there.
Okay, right, okay.
Just keep an eye out as you go.
Yeah.
I like as the see, I told you I was right. Look, they're all like doing weird things again, but it looks like maybe recovering now, and we didn't kill anybody. That
Okay.
that may come later.
Did the no, my brain's turned off. Continue. Sorry, I'll
So-
take about a minute.
So people drop to their knees. You speed round. Where are you aiming?
I saw him go this way and down.
Yeah.
There.
So you have to speed all the way down, and so if you're going to pull up along here, this is where you start to see blood trail.
Okay.
Is it going into the house?
No, it's going into the park. The blood trail stops dead at the park.
As if someone's gone through and down.
Yes.
All right.
What is he doing?
Beyond that, you don't see anything.
Nothing good.
We've got. Well, we can't take the van.
So, people are starting to look round in confusion, but there's definitely no menace or anger or any kind of aggression and defensive tactics.
He can't do what he was going to do in the future, can he? He'll always be out of sync.
Get some fucking weapons. I'll pick up a couple of extra grenades and
I
dive in the
don't want
park.
to go to the...
Okay. You're stepping into the park.
I hate time travel. I hate time travel in movies. In books, it's stupid, lazy writing.
No, you're in a play park. It doesn't have the oppressive silence that it once did. If you check,
closed off the link.
And we trapped him.
if you check your EMF readings and your,
There's nothing.
they've all gone back to normal.
Fuck.
Oh, you're trapped on the other side with them.
No, actually, in that case, yeah, that should be fine.
He has gone somewhere.
But he'll just
Pop back up somewhere.
here, presume. By the way, that was not a joke at your writing. By the way, that was more specifically about like Riddle. You're fine. You're doing well with your time travel. Better than most sci-fi writers.
If he can do it here, he can do it. I imagine anywhere he's got property.
So,
Or his father. Or his father. No.
If you can do it here,
New York has magic built
Riddle.
into it. It's fine.
You reckon the agency would let you start draining some funds from bank accounts? It might be in the interest of national security.
I don't think the agency will have much to say about this, but I
Well,
can manage. Do I have?
Never mind.
I'll click open the things and check to see if I've got internet access again.
yeah, so signal quickly comes back. You receive quite a frantic call from them.
Because the level 1 thing has gone through.
Yep.
That's sort of handled. And I said it in text. But I need some access.
Do you answer their call? Because they're calling you directly.
Okay, yeah, I answer.
Okay.
Hello?
So
How's those pings you set up for nuclear bases being
are
activated?
are those like going off?
There's about to be a nuclear accident on US soil. Again.
Fourth time.
no,
Okay, so they haven't done anything yet.
not yet.
Okay.
So it's Keith who's like your training officer, and then there is a
man in shadow.
not in he looks like he's much higher up the food chain, and he looks like he has run from whatever part of the
Can
building.
I get an empathy from your fine self?
Sure. I can get an empathy. 1, 2, 3. I rolled 3 4s.
Cool.
So, gentlemen, tell me what's going on.
We had an encounter. It has been temporarily dealt with. I need
Whatever the avatar was is fled back through onto the other side into the void.
There was a gateway.
Yep, in the play park with the swing. What's Chet's surname?
Morgan.
Chet Morgan is the avatar.
I need access to I need unlimited access to the things that allow me to siphon funds from one place to another to limit his control and access.
What, agency funds?
No,
Not
his.
yours.
Oh, okay.
Go ham.
Who the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
I also need to make sure the US, UK, possibly Swedish, Switzerland. Just get the governments off my ass for a bit. Be in the interest of world security. And then Chet, Riddle will go through Chet's finances and rip everything apart. Including his father, anyone he's related to, anyone he's even remotely related to, any shell companies, everything. Drain it to 0.
I'm going to tell you something. Okay, so as Lucas watches you do this, you can see a sense of approval and like justice. Like he is getting enjoyment from this, like.
38?
Like bordering on the psychosexual. Like
okay.
This is like he's watching destruction and it's filling an addict's need.
Right. Just don't drool.
No empathy check needed.
Just don't drool on my shoulder, please. Okay.
So to wrap up,
I'm real disappointed Chet lived. I wrote him to die.
But only for now. We
He's
might find him again.
kind of.
He's the DM's PC now.
He's kind of not alive. And
I
kind
dunno.
of is.
I mean, you've made it. If for nothing, you've made a fucker of an arc villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chet's family history seems relatively normal. Yeah, they're kind of pro-capitalist bastards.
Hamptons kind of people.
Yeah, but there's nothing inherently
Eldritch.
Entity.
occult about them. Chet seemed to be particularly motivated. The main oddity was that he used to live in Jericho, the nearby town.
And then moved suddenly.
Well, yes, but it's weird. The entire town burned down. Jericho, there's nothing left. And yet, for some reason, no one seemed to know about it.
Hang on, was that true before?
Yes. But it would have required a insight, resistance overcome check. Because, just like the church here, it had put like an illusionary front on it.
A mimetic.
Town. And depending on what you'd picked in the within the park sequence, you would have actually visited Jericho, but a burned down version.
Sure.
Oh, we went to the future instead of the past. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it based off of certain feelings and drives and stuff like that.
So if we set the agency about this, are we feeling confident that they will do the necessary that we are not allowed to know what to do?
So
to secure the exit from a Church of the Void.
Yeah. So there will be a much more advanced team that will come along and ensure that there are no lasting effects. They'll also smooth things over with local law enforcement, etc.
That sheriff is about to arrive as well, who I ordered last week.
Nothing's fine.
So,
go away.
Unless he died in something, whatever the barrier thing was.
If you call him back up, he has no memory of the conversation where you asked him to come visit.
Right.
Perfect.
He was never on his way. Mind wiped the moment.
7 successes to wipe Chet's finances and all his family.
So you dismantled Chet's financial network. You have particularly violent and unhappy dreams the night that you do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Something is upset.
Could I ask the advanced team when they get here what usually happens to avatars who escape? Do they tend to reoccur?
Almost definitely.
We don't know where he went.
This appears to be a relatively new tactic for the Void entity. Usually desolation has come through great fires or pestilence. The sort of catalyst destruction is a relatively new tool. As far as
Late-stage capitalism, not a bad tactic though.
That 15th entity, right?
There are certain memories are lifted as the overall effect begins to disappear.
Yeah.
You find that the Chet's house was originally owned by a lovely young lady.
Is she the one who sacrificed on the altar?
No. So what happened is the HOA moved in and started finding people, destroyed the poor lady's finances. She was forced out of her house. Chet bought it. She committed suicide. And at that point, it then began triggering the ritual process. So
start small and snowball up.
Yes, exactly.
Chet was an avatar. I should have let you shoot them.
But
next time, don't fucking forget.
Fine.
To be fair, you did shoot me.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but you should have let me shoot him twice.
You were still blind.
I should have shot him.
Thing is, if I had got a turn, crowd of witnesses, honestly, riddle in front of me, I would have been firing blind to get the chance to hit you.
Yeah. But
do we get back to England?
Depends where the next adventure occurs. So, for now, you'll be taken to the sister agency, or the bureau as they call it over here.
Cool.
Just for a general debrief over what's happened. I will probably write up a little bit more flavour text about the new Void entity, but there are multiple Void entities. They each have different names. As I say, they're incredibly powerful beings. It's unsure whether they're gods or what they are. Some people worship them. Some people are hypnotised by them. It's difficult to tell whether Chet was
willingly or unwillingly.
Yes. but his actions certainly followed the path of desolation as he destroyed people's lives.
So desolation is one of the entities. There
One
are
of-
others that act in different ways.
Yes, and some are good. Some are.
The Celestial Warlock Patron.
There are more benevolent ones.
There was
maybe benevolence
somebody
good.
Yeah.
showed us the future. Some entity showed us the future and showed us something to give us a chance of not dying.
Yes. So.
Did we kill the Care?
Wait,
was
so-
the Care Bear a good thing?
No.
But
No.
something showed us.
None of them are fucking good, Riddle!
But something showed us the future that let us not die.
I think you get no empathy check required. There is weight in none of them are good. Speaking of which,
Yes.
permission to do a little bit of narrative. I'm going to make a check first of all, and I'm going
Okay.
to be spending willpower on it. So this is going to be 11 dice.
Oh damn. Okay.
Did I do it that's right? Hang on. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 dice, I beg pardon. This is 10 because I'm spending a point of willpower. Hang on, if it is a mental skill, how many do you get on dice for willpower?
So willpower will give you 3 dice as long as it's not a resistance check.
Okay, in that case it might be more than 10. So that is 4. Yeah, cool. Let's give you one of those.
So is your theory that a separate entity did the park thing?
Yeah.
To pull the agency here and then also show what was going on?
Yep.
And if the townspeople all mesmerised, the reason they put all the crosses down around it was because it was a different entity than what they were worshipping. Ooh.
There was a separate entity trying to help us. And maybe we killed it.
Yes, you killed the entity of hope.
Shit.
Which
8
looked like a
successes.
spider.
Okay.
I'll tell you
What
that.
are you attempting to do?
So I get... Stop me if this is going to go outside of like your plans.
Okay.
I find a brown paper envelope on the steering wheel of my hire car on the way back to... This is what I discussed with Rich and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Brown paper envelope on the steering wheel of my car, hire car, on the way back to the hotel where we've been put up.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Good luck, S," on it.
Okay.
And then the camera pulls out. You see me working on walking through a parking structure, like opening the hood of a car, pulling out, like adjusting one of the spark plugs slightly.
Yeah.
And then one of the agency, the bureau workers,
Yeah.
you see him struggling to start the car, and in a CCTV blind spot,
Yeah.
pull up alongside. "Hey mate, you want to lift home? You're all right." And he gets in, and you see him Lucas, Lucas King, I'm all from UK, across the pond, you know. And then introduce him as like Dr. Watson or something.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, is that And as he looks round, stun gun in the neck,
Yeah.
everything goes black.
Cool.
So you're kidnapping and interrogating a
Kidnap
bureau
is a very kind word.
abducted.
I am going to use my telltale murder merit.
Oh no.
So with the number of dots I have, I can roll intelligence and medicine. I can arrange a murder in a way that makes one brief statement, such as the victim is not innocent, per success. With the greater one, I can send a false message as well, which is, "Gosh, wasn't this guy a talented researcher? And it's a shame that such a mundane thing got him to take his own life."
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
And Lucas sleeps better than he has in 18 months.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So my wrath is my vice is wrath.
Yeah. Yeah. You can.
Eight
replenish
successes on my stage the crime scene check.
So. Yes, you can refill your
I think Riddle has this, like, because when he transferred all Chet's money, he had to put it somewhere. And at first, he was like, well, I'll put it, but there's just too much of it. And because it wasn't just Chet's money, it was Chet's family's money.
I mean, Chet himself had 5 dots. His family have probably got closer to 9.
Yeah. So he was transferring billions of dollars around. And especially, like, liquidating assets as well, which would take time.
Yeah.
And then when he did it, he was like, it all ended up in, like, his bank account. So he's like, I don't
want this much money.
Fucking to do with it.
So you are able to clear out Chet very easily. I need to make a check to see how well you do against his family, because you're going to hit some resistance against...
Seven successes, yeah.
Yeah, you'll only be able to get through so many of them before the rest
The
start.
shell companies. And
there is so much money tied up in his family that if you're not careful enough about it, you could crash the American economy. Further than is already happening. Like, it's already weakened.
So that's where most of my merit dots are.
Clearly.
His immediate family, you are able to ravage quite effectively.
But they start notifying people and their lawyers and their IT specialists.
Certain lockdowns occur. A small portion of the money that you took was recovered back again, but most of it you managed to make a clean getaway. Although there are now certain agencies that are looking for you.
Well, we've got an agency. It's fine.
I've got an agency of my own. That's a lot more.
An agency and a bureau.
Yeah.
Short staff bureau.
I think, but then what?
They don't seem to be making any headway on their investigation, though. For some reason, someone is pointing them in the wrong direction.
And then it's like this person does not actually exist, kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you do with the money?
That's the thing. And I think Riddle gets to a point, and he's just like, I don't know what to do with all this, and he basically just sets up, like, I think he sets up a company to start researching the good void entities specifically. He funnels this money down shadow corporations and shadow corporations down shadow corporations, and it's super dark money. And he starts thinking, if there's really bad entities, the only way we're going to keep them out is with the good ones, and there's at least one good one out there.
You mind fronts me about 30 grand?
Beep. What the fuck does I care? This is not my money.
I thought what you were going to do was you were going to give it to a charity, or you were going to set up a charity to look after people who are victims of void.
Oh, there's a component of that in this company.
My suggestion would have been, and I probably would have shared this with you, or like on the plane ride and stuff, of like debt relief charities. So charities
that
buy people's debt and erase it, because that kind of does the opposite of what Chet was doing.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So there's
it's not only stripping him of assets; it's actively working against
the front of the shadow company that's looking into this. Is that it basically goes through, deletes all the debt that it can, finds basically just buys up medical debt mostly. Is what it's looking for. It's buying up medical debt, and it has billions, so it can do this very easily, and it can raise money of its own, because once it's a charity, it can.
You've got congressmen at this point.
Yeah, I could just go. You're mine. You, and you.
Well, he had a real Rolodex going.
I think at some point
both Clintons.
That's odd. Both Clintons and both Bushes, and it's like, what the fuck? All right, that makes some amount of sense.
Well, they're all the same species of lizard, so
yeah, that's true. I think the other thing he does
right.
with this kind of money is because he realizes that there's like desolation and destruction was what this money was being used for. So buying debt is one thing. Reconstruction and attempting to dismantle things that are destroying things like the NRA and things like that. And it's just like, these are like organizations that you need to dismantle. And then the ones that are like, dismantle the NRA are more like the shadow corporations. Like, oh, there's a clandestine shadow organization that exists that's trying to destroy the NRA. And then underneath that is another one. It's like shadow corporations and shadow corporations. And it's like, this one is the one that Riddle doesn't want anyone to find. It's like, your job is to research this void entity, and specifically these are the hallmarkers of it, as far as I can tell.
I think
Lucas, like, you can really see the interest leave his eyes as soon as you stop. Joe suggested like the debt relief thing.
Yeah.
Lucas loses interest as soon as you stop wrecking stuff, like tearing down full firewalls and stuff.
Ah, possible new avatar. Is it transferred through touch?
God.
I'm gonna send Brad a message.
Is it? What's what transfer? Is it communicated through touch? Like when you handed me the grenade, did you get infected?
Oh, if I'm infected, I was infected fucking long ago.
There doesn't necessarily. Yeah.
You with me? Yeah.
Yeah. There doesn't have to be one avatar. To be fair, there can be multiple. True.
Oh, is that where we're?
I think so.
Fucking tight.